outside looking in, the lives of the rich and famous tend to seem so fun and borderline perfect, especially in the music industry. It's almost as if they're immune to any and all struggles that money can fix or buy, but it's the things that money can't fix that actually make us human. And for an industry that thrives off fans idolizing and obsessing over their favorite artist, many times it feels more like they're invincible superheroes, rather than just normal human beings just like you and me. But in 2020, as a result of a global pandemic, all shows, concerts, and tours were canceled. And it was the best thing that ever happened to the music industry. See, despite the massive sales, crazy streams, and prestigious awards artists rack up year after year, shows, merch, and touring actually make an artist a lot of money. And without this source of income, your favorite rapper goes from just throw it in the bag to wait, let me check the tag. Living in luxury doesn't come with a single one-time payment, but rather many big expenses, or as us common folk like to call it, bills. And yes, your favorite rapper has bills too, no matter what they say. Those cars in the driveway, the houses, jewelry, lifestyle, and not to mention, this is all after the label gets its cut, assuming the artist actually made enough money with their recent project to pay off their advance. Nevertheless, when money is low and bills need to be paid, people get desperate, or people get creative. This pandemic has made rappers and artists alike have to work a little bit harder to stay relevant and get paid, which turned out great for some, but not so great for others. And for a second, you could almost be happy about it. I mean, who wouldn't be happy to get new music from their favorite artist? But on the other hand, one can't help but wonder why it took such extreme circumstances to increase the quality and quantity of the music being released. And the funny part is, it felt like there were more albums released during quarantine than we even knew what to do with. And the majority of them were actually really good. So where's the problem? The truth is, if you do anything long enough, you'll get comfortable with it. And many artists were comfortable. The labels were comfortable. Streaming platforms were comfortable. Comfortable doing the same thing the same way with little to no innovation. Because that's what they were used to. It worked and it paid the bills. And we had no idea. But what if something like a pandemic hit and shook everything up? What about then? How will you adapt and how will you cater to your fans? Every artist had to answer this question for themselves. 2020 showed who the real hustlers are. I saw rappers who rarely say more than 3 words to the media do whole interviews. And albums that were rumors for years magically come out. I saw rappers and producers come out of retirement and women finally get their props and respect. I saw people try new things and come out of their comfort zone, all thanks to a deadly virus. It's kind of sad when you think about it. How the potential was there all along, but the right circumstances weren't. I mean, who knows? Maybe if there was no COVID, Uzi would never have dropped Eternal to Take, or Cardi's Whole Lotta Red, or Big Sean's Detroit 2. Maybe Lil Baby wouldn't have taken over the rap game. Maybe Jack Harlow wouldn't have had all his success. Maybe Trav wouldn't have done his deal with McDonald's. Maybe Lil Wayne wouldn't have dropped. Maybe the pandemic helped keep some of these street dudes in the house and away from trouble. Maybe. Just maybe. 2020 was the best year for the music industry. Call me crazy, but I think it was just what the industry needed. A wake-up call. Letting everyone know the side hustle is just as, if not more, important than the day job. Your fans, message, and legacy come before the cars and jewelry. Your skill set isn't limited to your title as a rapper. And to survive in this game, you must adapt or be left behind. That's the name of the game now. With so many ways to make money inside and out of music, paired with the current state of the country, artists are now being looked at as more than just performers, but platforms. Platforms that should be used to better other people's lives. Many artists are now being held accountable for not only their words but actions as well. Fans no longer blindly support but now challenge their favorite artists to speak up and out about important issues. And as a fan myself, I can say it's pretty cool seeing your favorite artist passionate about the same things as you. Now, whether it's all for show or as genuine as can be, the music industry and celebrities in general all realize they can no longer remain removed and silent. Those days are gone. They must join the conversation and become part of the solution. Like a famous poet once said, "They pay me $1 million to talk, at least I'ma stand for something." This mentality has spread throughout the music industry like wildfire, helping to produce more content of substance and create a more positive environment. This has even led to some artists making personal changes for the betterment of themselves. We've seen drug addicts go to rehab, and even egotistical superstars are now fighting for the rights of others. Some have even become spiritual and reinvented themselves for the better. 2020 forced everyone to deal with just how ugly the world can be. But it also showed us just how strong we really are, how helpful we can be, humbling and connecting us in ways we never imagined. For some people, 2020 was the worst year of their lives, and rightfully so. But for others, 2020 forced them to do, act, and be better, a stronger version of themselves, which actually resulted in a lot of good things. Many artists have already shared similar sentiments as this, and as time passes, more and more will realize that a change was bound to happen. So what better time to improve oneself than in the midst of the craziest year ever? I just hope the music industry continues to make strides in the right direction, using 2020 to make 2021 that much better. And hopefully, the foreseeable future as well.